Well, greetings, folks. This is just a quick hangout. I'm not going to be really inviting anybody. Just some observations about Matthew Steele, his video, What is the Worst Moral Act? Now, he does in the video talk about what is the worst moral act you could commit. And he also just says what's the worst moral act. I'm not going to talk about what I think the worst moral act is, because it seems interesting that everybody, that all the videos I've seen or comments and stuff about worst moral act, all have to do with the way you treat another person. They all have to do with the relationships between humans. Which I find very interesting. Now compare that. Here. This is what I see, and this is the challenge I'm going to give to theists out there about the worst moral act. Because from my understanding, and my perusing around, of basically the same question put to a theist, is what is the worst moral act? The most immoral thing we could do. And to a T, virtually to a T, the examples they give have nothing to do with how you treat your fellow human. By proxy, they might. But the worst moral act is basically not acknowledging, not believing, and not worshiping Jesus or God. This is the worst moral act a theist or anyone could commit, as far as I can tell. Now, I'm going to ask you, theist out there, please tell me, and everybody, video-wise, comment-wise, I don't care. What do you think the worst moral act is? Be interesting to see, because I think there's going to be quite a contrast here. Because we've seen the answers to Matthew Steele's what is, from a secular point of view, what it is. And it seems like the secularists are all very interested in how to treat your fellow human being. So I want to see the contrast. Because the only answers I've seen so far on various websites I've checked out, Christian ones and otherwise, about basically the same question, what is the worst moral act? Every one of them say to not believe in God or accept Jesus. That's the worst moral act, which has nothing to do with your fellow human. Nothing. It might by proxy eventually have something to do with your fellow human, because you think that, oh, okay, so I believe and acknowledge God and Jesus, now I'm going to be a good person. But that means you never were a good person to begin with. If you don't have it in your heart to do it, then you don't have it in your mind and heart to do it. Here's one little quote here. Is it John 3:18? Whoever believes in Jesus is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of God's one and only Son. So there you go. Or blaspheming the Holy Spirit, whatever that means. I've heard a number of different ideas about that. But once again, these have nothing to do with how to treat your fellow human. So please, theist, explain what you think the worst moral act is. I think that's it. That's all I wanted to do. Just a quick little video. I'll talk to you folks later. Salut.